And we are live. Hi everyone. I hope you all are doing well. I hope everyone is good. A little late night live, but happy to see all of you who are joining. So we are going to wait for a few seconds and then go live. So hi Prachi. I'm going to wave at. So again guys, I'm going to be live on all platforms. So if I miss out greeting anyone or saying a hi, please know that I'm still happy to see you all. Hi, Swati. What is this live about? This was quite an unexpected one. I was not sure if I was going to go live, but then I thought, chalo live kar lete hai. So thank you, Prachi. Thank you for being so kind. You're really kind to say that. Thank you so much. All right. So what is today's topic and what are we going to talk today? And it is what is Reiki in 2022? And why is Reiki so important, especially in 2022? That is what we all are going to talk about today. And I have been wanting to do this live since a while actually, because we did one live about 2 weeks ago on the topic Reiki, where many of you asked me um, more about it. And, we had quite an interactive session, but I thought about let's do this one where I specifically talk about what all do you learn if you decide to become a Reiki practitioner. Now, I know a lot of you have asked me about learning Reiki, and all of this has especially come up because in the last 2 years, where the world went through a transformation and where all of us did go through a transformation, and we all, I believe that we all had, many of you had a spiritual awakening amidst whether you were under the quarantine or you were under isolation, and a lot of you actually felt that a lot of things changed spiritually for you. You changed you changed as a person spiritually, and I think that was one of the reasons why we all decided to take this step to the next level. I not just saw a deep and a steep, not a deep actually, a steep rise in my clientele, but I also saw that a lot of people um, who were totally not aware of this side of the healing world um, actually started believing in. Now, I always say that Reiki is much beyond a superstition and much beyond mumbo jumbo and much beyond what is created in your mind, because we all believe in energy. We all know that energy is everything, energy is the basis of our well being. And one of the biggest things what people discovered was that when energy is clear, everything can follow suit. I'll give you a very simple example. Imagine there is a pipe in which it's a pipe through which you water the plants. Okay, and you attach it to the taps and you just spray the water and water your plants in your garden. Now imagine there are stones and there is mud and there are things stuck in the pipe. Will you be able to water the plants? No, you will not be able to. Why you will not be able to? Because the water will not flow. Now imagine the Reiki being the force of water, and imagine the pipe being the channel, and imagine the blockages in the energy system. Now, whenever there is stuck energy, the energy doesn't flow. And that's where Reiki comes into existence. That's the reason with the same treatment, a lot of different people have different results. Now, coming to, I'm going to read out something for all of you who, this is especially for the ones who say that they are skeptics. So I always talk about it. I know many people who say that, oh, this person doesn't believe in this. Um, Of course, people don't believe in this because they haven't had those experiences, and that's the reason they don't believe in it. But many people believe that if they believe in the alternative healing sciences, most people believe that the people who don't believe in alternative sciences are the intelligent ones, and the ones who do not are not the intelligent ones. They are superstitious, they are wishy washy, they are, this is the kind of things which I keep hearing from people. But time and again, it has been proved that there is always a force which can enhance and create the better quality of life. So I'm going to read this quote by, okay, just give me a minute. I'm just going to read this amazing quote which I so liked. Yes, this quote is by Gustav Stromberg, um, and this quote has actually changed the way I look at energy healing, or I would rather say anyone would look at energy healing. A time will come when science will make tremendous advances, not because of better instruments for discovering and measuring things, but because a few people will have at their command great spiritual powers, which at the present are seldom used. Within a few centuries, the art of spiritual healing will be increasingly developed and universally used. Now, guys, the whole idea behind this saying is, when science advances to a level where science starts understanding the energy science, we will move to the next level of healing. And when I read this quote about 4 5 years ago, I thought, wow, this really happen? And today we have realized that we have gone beyond all of this, and people have started seeing the miracles of energy healing. And that's the reason I thought with this particular talk, I'm going to talk about what you will learn if you decide to become a Reiki practitioner. I always use these words and I always say this, that eventually you will stop depending on anything external and you will start healing yourself, because you have the power to heal yourself. There will be a time where, I believe that if you all are watching right now, I believe there is some reason you're watching it, and there is some kind of belief within you which makes you believe that this energy exists, and that's the reason you are watching this talk. Otherwise you wouldn't have watched this talk of mine. So understand that no matter what happens, always know that you can completely heal yourself. And this is not a myth, this is the truth. Because as soon as you realize that you have the power within you, you will stop giving energy to anything else. You will stop giving energy to what people talk about you. You will stop giving energy to what people say. I'll give you a very simple example, which I often speak about to a lot of my energy practitioner friends and also other alternative energy physicians. A lot of, I've spoken about this to a lot of homeopathic doctors, a lot of Ayurvedic physicians, also a lot of mainstream doctors who believe that energy healing can act as a catalyst in the process of healing. And this is something which I've always spoken with them, and I've always seen that they've agreed to this thing. So there was a time where I know two of my friends, we were, this was about 10 to 12 years ago. I was having lunch with a couple of my friends at work, and two of the friends said that when there were desserts being served, and I was practicing healthy eating and I was avoiding eating too much of desserts. And I said, okay, I'm not going to eat this today because I'm on a fitness program or whatever, you a layman would call it a diet. And one of my friends said that, Ashwini, khalo, abhi khalo, after you turn 50, all illnesses are going to come, so you will not be able to eat them. And I thought, what the hell is he talking? And I just didn't pay attention to whatever they were talking. But then two of my friends, they started speaking to each other and they said that after 50, everyone is going to get diabetic. So start eat sweet now, because बाद में सबको ही restrictions आने हैं. And this whole conversation really disturbed me. Okay, I was not a Reiki practitioner then, but this whole conversation really disturbed me. And I thought, okay, what the hell is he talking about? And I said that, sabko. He said, ha ha, everyone is going to fall sick. But right now, eat as much as possible, drink as much as possible. And I just, I couldn't register what was going on. Now, in access consciousness language, I would say that I felt very heavy with that discussion. And I really did not like that discussion the way it was going on. And I felt, wait a minute, is this true? Is this really going to happen? And very soon, over a period of time, I discovered Reiki, or rather, Reiki discovered me, because Reiki always comes to you when the divine timing is right. Because if I tell you the story of how I discovered Reiki, or I would say how Reiki discovered me, it's a big miracle, which even I look back and I see no logical way of looking at it. Now, when these two friends of mine, when they spoke about this, it really disturbed me. It made me think that what is this? And today I realize that this is the way we create illness in our body. So our point of view creates our reality. If we believe that sickness is the only way to age, we will create that. And if we believe that we can heal ourselves, with we have the power within us to heal ourselves, we will create that. I know a lot of people of our grandparents generations who lived till 95, 96. I know a lot of people even today, they are living 95, 96, 100. But unfortunately, people of your and my generation, people are talking about, many of my friends, in fact, when we sit and talk, I always feel that when I sit and talk with my friends, and everyone say, oh, we are in our 30s now, we are going towards aging, and now the muscles will start doing this, and this will happen in your body. And I sometimes wonder, why is this that people are talking now? I do not blame. Now, the first situation I told you about my friends about 10 years ago, nor the situation of my friends who are talking right now about cracking bones and aging muscles and not having enough stamina, and not being able to sleep, and feeling very uncomfortable, immunity levels dropping. When people talk about a lot of that, one thing I realize is we create sickness or health depending on our point of view in life. So if we believe that we can be healed, we create a lifestyle and accordingly attract people who will also guide us towards our health. And when we are projecting, or when we are expecting illness to happen, where we believe that sickness is a byproduct of aging, how many people believe that? How many people who are alive have been told that no matter how much positive you think, you will age and you will fall sick? How many of us are told that? I guess a lot of us have been told that. A lot of us, in fact, when people ask you how old are you, and then they start associating. So there was this beautiful quote by Paramahansa Yogananda, where he says that do not talk about what age you are in, because when you project, when you talk that you're of a particular age, people will project the illness relating to that age to you. And it really made a lot of sense to you. A lot of times when people are trying to have a small talk, they ask me what's your age, and I don't like to share that, because many, not because I'm old or I'm young or anything, but people like to project your age to a particular way of life, where they believe that this age will have this kind of aging, this age will have this kind of aging, and they project their fears about health onto you. Okay. And yes, now we have someone who is saying that on Facebook we have a comment where um, when one of our guys, I'm just not able to see your name, so please forgive me for that. So if it is hereditary, you are bound to pick illness, which I was told as a young child. So why does hereditary also happens? I'm going to talk about it in a bit. So thank you for highlighting that point. um, I'm going to talk about heredity too. But when a lot of people talk about age, okay, they will project their fears about aging onto you. Even if you are fit and healthy, they will tell you that this will happen. And no matter what happens, they will, somewhere there will be a part of you which will get triggered, and which might buy that lie, and it will put you back into a state of not being in a well-being state. Okay, so The whole idea, that's why Paramahansa Yogananda talks about do not reveal your age. Okay. And many times for people it is a small talk. They say, पर बताओ ना क्या प्रॉब्लम है उसमें, हम तो कुछ जज वज नहीं करने वाले, हम तो बहुत ओपन माइंडेड है जी. You know, I'm sorry for all those viewers who are not from India or not understanding Hindi. What I meant is a lot of people say that, yeah, what is your age, we won't judge you, why don't you share your age. But I always keep on telling this to my clients too, that you need not need to reveal your age, because a lot of people will associate it with an illness. And people will also be surprised if you look younger than your age, and they will say that ha abhi to theek lag rahe ho, you are looking fine now, but very soon you will start aging. Now these are people's points of view which will put you back in, not which will not keep you in the state of good health and well-being, but which will draw you down. So the moral of the story is, focus on what you believe about health. But why do these experiences happen? Because we all at human level are also carriers of what we call as the shadow. What is the shadow? Shadow is the programming which we have received because of the hurts, the things which have happened in our life which were not so good experiences. Probably, you lost a close family member. Probably you as a child were told in school that you are not good enough, or probably you were bullied in school, you had friends who were not good to you, and all of these experiences make you up to a point that you believe that the world is not a safe place to be, and you live with the shadow. So what then, in all aspects of life you have shadows. You have a shadow when it comes to relationships, you have a shadow when it comes to money and career, you have a shadow when it comes to health. So here today, because we are talking about health and healing, there is a shadow which we all carry, that as we age, our body will deteriorate and we will start being not so good. And I'm going to talk about hereditary here, since it has been highlighted. Many times we believe that because a family member has had an illness, it will be created in our body too. And science will give you a lot of proofs why this will happen, and why this will happen. And when you keep on thinking about it, you'll automatically start creating it. In access consciousness, we call it biomimetic and biomimetic mimicry. Now, this is not just because of the physical composition of your body. So, hereditary is not just about the physical composition of your body, but it is also because you mimic a lot of people. We mimic our parents unknowingly. Often when I look at myself, I say, oh, I look like my father. Oh, I talk like my mother. You always think about it when you are subconsciously living that. But because you mimic them unconsciously. Now a lot of mimicking happens as a child, before the age of 5, because you are in your unconscious state. You are always in the subconscious mind, as we call as theta state. And you're always absorbing and always picking up things. And because of that reason, you tend to mimic your parents. You also mimic your role models, which means if you are a big fan of someone, you will tend to mimic them. Now, this has been proved, okay? In neuro linguistic programming, people talk about this. In access consciousness, people talk about this. In energy healing, people talk about this. That is, when you idealize someone, when you have a role model, you tend to start behaving like them. You tend to sit like them. You tend to talk like them. You tend to walk like them, and you lose what you call as your individual identity. People also call it as impressionating. Now, impressionating is where unknowingly you are trying to be someone else. If you could be a big fan of a particular writer, you might start writing like them. You might be a big fan of a presenter, or even sometimes as motivational coaches or teachers, we tend to have role models, and we say, wow, I really like this particular teacher or speaker, or I wish I was just like them. And you try to behave like them, talk like them, walk like them. That happens at a very subconscious level. But what also happens is you unknowingly impressionate them into you, which means just like how you mimic their good qualities, you also mimic them at a biomimetric level, which means At a cellular level, you tend to be like them. Now, the danger about mimicking someone is you also tend to pick up their illnesses. Yes, you also tend to pick up their illnesses. And that is a major reason why heredity works. Okay, but there is a way to erase it. So in access consciousness, we call it biomimetic and biomimetic mimicry. We will talk about that some other day because this talk is not specifically about access consciousness, but yes, on my YouTube channel, I do have a video on this. If anyone would require, please get in touch. I will share the video link with each one of you. So as we talk about wellness here in 2022, I always feel that our health should be totally in our hands and we ourselves can heal ourselves. When we tend to believe a lot in others, whether it is your family, your friends, people around you, what you watch on television, what you read in the newspapers, even when there is a constant bombarding of information on you that, oh, at this age you're going to get this illness. I want all of you to reject that thought then and there. All of you who are watching, I just want you to reject that thought. So next time, if this video impacts you, okay, if this video has really made an impact on you, i I request you all, the next time someone tries to fool you into that you will fall sick, I want you to reject it then and there. I want you to reject then and there, and I want you to say that that's not my reality. That is your reality, that's not my reality. And that is such a powerful way to claim your health back, isn't it? It's such a powerful way to claim your health back. So we have a user who says that please share biomimic video link. I will, of course, my dear, and I will definitely share it with each one of you. So now coming back to energy healing. So how does energy healing help you understand your health better? I always have felt that I wish when I was a child, I was given all this information which I learned very much later in my life, especially about my health, especially about how illness is created, especially about how can I heal myself, how can I heal myself at a physical level, at a mental level, at an emotional level, and of course at a spiritual level. And when we look at modern medicine, modern medicine is beautiful, as I always say. For emergency situations, it's one of the best things which has happened to man, but that is only half of the approach of healing, because that is only what your left brain understands, analyzes, and gives you. But when you are looking at the other side, which is the right side of healing, the right brain, which is the universal life force energy, you realize that there is not just the physical body which needs to be healed. You also need to heal the emotional, spiritual, mental, and multiple layers of body. So, apart from having physical body parts, which include your brain and your eyes and your ears and your mouth and your throat and your lungs and your heart and all your vital organs, there are also energy centers. Just like how you have physical organs, you also have energy centers. You also have an energy body. Now, people call it meridians or chakras. Chakra is a Sanskrit word which means wheel. Meridian is what the Chinese medicine calls it, and energy center is what the Western side of the energy medicine calls it. Now, when you look at these, in addition to your physical body, it opens up a new way of looking at energy. And when you look at it from an energy point of view, all you understand is your physical body is just a byproduct of all that is happening in your energy body. And your energy body is a byproduct of what is happening in your physical body. So it is like the yin and yang. Now, to heal yourself, if each one of us on this earth understands and heals our energy body in the next 10 years, we will be at a different place in life altogether. We might never need to face a pandemic because at an energetic level, we would have become so strong. All the ancient sciences, whether it is Ayurveda, whether it is the Chinese medicine, whether it is Reiki, whether it is Qigong, whether it is pranic healing, all of these wonderful techniques tell you that you have the power in your life to heal yourself. Now, as a Reiki practitioner, what is the difference between someone who is not practicing Reiki or any energy healing? We are talking here about Reiki because this is the talk about Reiki, and I am a Reiki practitioner, I'm a Reiki grandmaster, so that is the reason I'm talking about this. So how does a healing the energy body help you? When you heal yourself and you understand the root cause of disease and you start going deeper into your own healing, you empower those around you. When people look at you, they start healing. And when they start healing, and that is how, I always say that once you light a candle, and when the candle can light so many other candles, and it's exactly like that. And that's the reason I believe that energy healing as a practice will become the next most important factor for all of us to improve our immunity, to increase our stamina, to make sure that we are living a better life, to have a better appetite, to eat more healthy, to drink more water, hydrate yourself, to have more better habits, to practice mindfulness, and so on and on and on. So I'm just going to wave to all my new folks who have joined. Hi Aishwarya. Hi Vallari, hi Seema, and hi to everyone who is watching on Facebook and on YouTube too. Okay, so now let us decide. Let's think that you decide to learn Reiki. What will you learn about? Because many times people ask me that why is learning Reiki necessary? I don't want to become a healer. So not everyone is going to become a healer. A lot of you are only going to use Reiki for your well-being, and well, that should be the process, that should be the reason for learning healing. Like I always say, I wish they teach this in school. I wish they teach us in school about chakras, about energy centers, about aura, about how to understand the root cause of any sickness, illness. For anyone and everyone who has a lot of panic attacks, anxiety attacks, who is stressed at work, Reiki can really help you to minimize the impact of that, and instead help you in better quality of life. I believe that it is more important to live a better quality of life than having a better quantity of life. And why is that? The reason we have to believe in having a better quality of life is only because the better quality of life you live, it's more important that you are happy, you are peaceful, you are joyful, than living in constant stress, isn't it? Do you agree with that? um so I'm going to see if we have any questions, and if you do not have any questions, I'm going to proceed to what would you learn in Reiki level 1 and how will it help you. So not everyone who is going to learn Reiki is going to be an energy healer for others, or who is going to be a professional healer for others. You can also use it to heal yourself and your own life. And that's one of the best things. So, guys, any question? Oh, yes. Okay. So, Sonal, it was you who's written this question about hereditary. I hope that makes sense. And I will definitely share the biomimic video link. I will definitely share. If we have no questions, I'm going to go ahead and speak about what will you learn in Reiki. All right, if we have no more questions, I'm going to start with what we will learn. So, in the Reiki level 1, first, of course, we understand the origin of Reiki. Where does Reiki come from? How is it, and how does it work? How does energy work? Then we learn about the chakra system, the 7 chakras, then the aura. Because a lot of times they say that um, illness first comes in your aura, and if addressed well, it can go away from your aura, and if not addressed, it starts going into your physical body, and then you fall sick. So if you realize over a period of time that You are healing your aura. You will not just prevent any kind of issues, but you will also make sure that even if you fall sick, the impact will be very less. So Ashraf, can I share anecdotes of people who have benefited from Reiki? So you mean to say people, as in real people, as in my students and clients, or it's about any famous people? If you're looking from my students and clients, I would happily share some wonderful testimonials because people have seen some great shifts in their life with Reiki. So we'll be happy to share that. Thank you for putting that question up, and definitely will share that. So then we learn about chakras and aura, and how chakras and aura, how do we cleanse them? How do we balance the chakras? What imbalance? Which, for example, if your solar, I'm going to give a small example. Solar plexus chakra is an energy center at your upper abdomen. It is in charge of the digestive system. So if you're constantly having issues with digestion and stomach pain, know that there is an issue in that chakra. Now, when you go to a doctor, when you are having constant stomach pain, digestion issues, irritable bowel syndrome, you will go and see a doctor. Your doctor will give you medicines, which will start working on you, and after 2 days you will feel better. But then after a month, the illness again comes back, and it again comes back, and it again comes back, and then you are told that do this test, do that test. But along with the medicines, if in the first place, if you make sure that you cleanse your solar plexus chakra, which is having issues, with that one dose of your doctor's medicine, as I said, modern medicine is beautiful, but when it works in addition with alternative energy healing, and when it works with alternative medicine, it can create even more wonders. And you take that medicine from your doctor, and you also cleanse and heal your chakras, and the illness not just goes away then, but it goes away forever, for chronic or long term. So many times people say that I've been doing healing for a long time, but I've still not seen any changes. Why is that? So a, the illness could be really quite so when people term it, I never say chronic, because chronic itself would mean that it's going to keep recurring. So when you are trying to minimize the problem which is happening in the physical body. So we never tell people to stop medications, but a lot of times I see that when people take energy healing along with the medications, their physicians tell them that okay, now I think this dose, we have to lessen this dose because I see you're getting better. And that's the success of energy healing, and slowly a physician will stop giving you those medicines. We as energy healers will not stop you from taking those medicines, but your physicians will tell you that now you're feeling better, and you will have to stop those medicines. And that, my friends, is the success of how energy healing works as a collaboration, as a catalyst with the medicines. So when we learn about chakras and aura, for example, I gave you this example of stomach issues and digestion issues. So when we learn about a particular energy center or a particular chakra or a meridian, we also learn that what are the illnesses caused by imbalances in that chakra. Now you will be able to relate to those, and you will also, because every chakra, whenever there is a problem with a chakra, there is a physical ailment which happens, and there are also emotional and mental illnesses which happen. For example, if you're having too much of anxiety and too much of panic attacks, it's also a problem with your solar plexus chakra. And the physical issues will be stomach pain and constant problems with digestion. So you will be able to relate it when you study that, and you will be able to apply it to your day to day living, and it will give you a more better quality life. And that's what the aim of energy healing is, to give you a better quality life. So yes, we will learn about that. Then we also learn about various healing poses or healing positions, where you use healing, and how do you use healing with respect to every chakra, for what issues, what are the hands-on healing. So please remember, level 1 is all about hands-on healing, healing through physical touch, healing through aura, healing in presence. Of course, at level 2 we start healing by distance, and it gets even more interesting and it gets even more fun there. But as far as level 1 is concerned, we learn directly healing through touch. And when I first learned Reiki, it was because I just wanted to heal myself and my family. That was my only reason why I learned. I never thought I would be a teacher one day, but here I am with all of you. But well, that was my journey and that was my story. Of course, each one of you will have a different calling towards Reiki, and you will find Reiki at the time. If you're watching this talk, maybe some of you are watching me live right now, maybe some of you will watch this later, maybe some of you will watch this in 2023, some of you will watch it in 2025, and you will be guided to the teacher. They always say that when the student is ready, the teacher appears. So if you are ready, you will find it whenever you are ready, and it will change your life. So we do learn about different positions of healing, and how do we heal through touch of hands. What do various sensations mean? What does it mean when you touch and the client's physical part feels a little cold or gets a little warm, or you feel tingling, or you feel some kind of sticky energy, and how do you realize to it? We also learn to use our palms. Our palms are very important because there are energy centers at our palms, and when we connect this to the client, and when we start passing the energy which comes through the universal life force energy just comes through you, you will start realizing how things can change for the client who is right there in front of you. So after that, after learning about the meridians, and after learning about the different chakras and the aura and various hand positions, and a lot of different sensations, we also learn about. So this is the learning and understanding part. Now, please note that Reiki is a typical Eastern healing modality. It originated in Japan through our master, Dr. Mikao Usui. He was the one who got the gift of Reiki, and from him the legacy passed on to different masters and different masters and different masters, and from my master to me, and all of you who have been my students, from me to you. But when we learn Reiki, we don't just learn it through understanding. Now we have all grown up in an education system where we went to school or college or university, and where the teacher taught you something, you just took notes, you learned it. If you were unlucky, you mugged it up. You you actually wrote it in your exams. You academically studied, you understood, and every time people believe that they have to understand to learn. But understanding and learning this way is only half of the learning. The other half happens through energy, and it happens through what you call as your your right brain. And how does the right brain healing happen in case of Reiki? So it happens through sounds, it happens through symbols, and there is a process called as initiation or attunement, through which a master transfers the gift of energy healing from the gift of energy healing, initiating you to the Reiki energy, which is also called as the attunement. Now, after the attunement, the student who learns Reiki does a 21 days healing practice where he or she makes sure that chakras, energy centers, and aura is healed. And a lot of people start getting a lot of breakthroughs after you do the first 21 days healing. And it's like a newfound power, and it's a beautiful journey. Um, we also learn about how can Reiki help you, how to treat yourself with Reiki, how to give Reiki to non-living objects, although we do that a lot in advanced in level 2. But in level 1, we basically get attuned, we get initiated, we learn the basics, we learn the basic hand positions and self-treatment methods, as well as treating others in presence. um, there is a lot of study required, but I believe that more than study, what is required is being consistent enough. And if you're consistent enough in your approach as a Reiki practitioner, you can not just change your own life, but the life of those around you. So, yeah, I think this is the best way I can put up such a vast topic, because just to put this topic in a half an hour, 45 minutes is not enough. I think I would definitely need a lot of time to talk about this. But if you are still watching me, and if you would like to know more, you can, I have a few more videos on Reiki on my YouTube channel. But this one I thought was a live where most people were asking me, Ashwini, what will we be learning in Reiki Level 1? Because we are having a class on 29th and 30th of January, which is this Saturday and Sunday. Indian Standard Time, morning 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the afternoon. We will be giving breaks. You can join it on Google Meet, so that you can learn it, and you can start using the principles in your own life. Also, I always give a manual which I can email it to you as a scanned copy. If you wish, you could take a printout. But most important, what I believe is, as a Reiki practitioner, be consistent, respect your routine, practice, 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 study, and make sure that you make and you create that life which is full of well-being and which is full of health, strength, vigor, and vitality. So I hope this session helped you understand. Thank you, all of you who have been watching. If you have any questions, please get in touch. You can just write the questions here. I know there are many who are watching on Instagram too. So please feel free to ask questions. So Sonal and Ashraf, thank you for your beautiful questions, and thank you for. I will definitely share all that I can as per what you have asked in the questions. And if we do not have any questions, we will call it a day. And to join the Reiki class on this Thursday, to join the Reiki class this Saturday, I am I'm looking forward to hear from you. You can send me a message, or you can write about, you can just mention right below this talk that I would be interested in joining the class, and I will share all the details with you. But I'm very looking forward, because I mean, all these years, and although I'm teaching Reiki for the last 6 years, I still, every class is new and every class is different, and it's a beautiful. I always look forward for my Reiki classes. So thank you, Ashraf, for writing that it was a wonderful talk. All my pleasure, and do get in touch, guys, if you wish to learn. Otherwise, I'm going to call it a nighty night. Good night, guys. Take care. And for all of you who are going to watch this talk later, please, 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 even if you watch this later, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you.